Imagine working yourself to the bone, only for your boss to steal your work, erase your hours, and then smirk in your face like you're nothing. Now, imagine turning the table so hard, his career nearly imploded on Christmas Eve. If you've ever had a boss who disrespected you, this story is going to hit you right in the gut. Hit that like button, subscribe for more revenge stories, and buckle up, because this is one of the most satisfying Christmas takedowns you'll ever hear. When I first started at the firm, I thought I'd finally made it. Fresh out of law school, eager to prove myself, working 6 days a week downtown. I was ready to climb the ladder, but then they assigned me to him. Let's call him Mr. Golden Boy. 3 years in the game, strutting around like he owned the place. Perfectly polished shoes, bespoke suits tailored to fit just right, a gold tie pin glinting under the fluorescent lights. Everyone whispered he was partner track material. But behind that perfect smile, he was a fraud. He couldn't write. He barely understood the law. Worst of all, he was terrified of court. Imagine being a litigator whose hands literally shook in assignment court. The easiest gig there is. That's who I was stuck under. And if incompetence wasn't bad enough, he had a hobby: stealing. Not pens, not staplers. My work. I'll never forget the moment. I had just handed him a meticulously researched opinion. I'd poured hours into it. Every statute, every precedent lined up like soldiers. He barely glanced at it before sneering. This opinion is shit. My stomach dropped. My face went hot. What's wrong with it? I asked. He didn't answer. He just turned away. Later, I checked his email, the instructions he'd sent me weeks earlier, and realized I'd done exactly what he asked. That's when it hit me. He wasn't criticizing me because the work was bad. He was tearing me down so he could erase my hours, put his name on my work, and parade it to the partners as his own. He had done it before, and I knew he'd do it again. Imagine watching your blood, sweat, and sleepless nights turn into his career advancement. And worse, the partners didn't care. When I finally complained, one waved me off with, "Boys will be boys. Just work harder. Or smarter." That was the moment something inside me snapped. I couldn't work harder. I was already drowning in 60-hour weeks. But smarter? Oh, I could do smarter. And with Christmas coming, I knew exactly what kind of gift I was going to give my boss. See, our firm was ahead of its time. We used an internal network way before email became mainstream. And I had learned how to poke around, digging through files I wasn't exactly supposed to see. That's how I discovered, beyond doubt, that Golden Boy had been plagiarizing my work for months. But instead of confronting him, I planned something better. I forged a memo. Not just any memo, a research assignment, carefully drafted in the exact style used by the old-school partner Golden Boy reported to. The partner hated email, so paper memos were normal. On December 24th, just before the holidays, I slipped it onto Golden Boy's desk. It looked urgent, a deep dive into admiralty law, constitutional questions, and obscure legal theory. The kind of assignment that would eat weeks of time. Golden Boy took the bait instantly. He handed me the memo, retyped by his secretary, so it looked like it came from him to me. He thought he was ruining my Christmas. "This is huge," I said, pretending to panic. "Can't you give it to someone else? Is it really urgent?" He smirked. "No can do. Big deal. Just tell HR. You'll probably get time and a half." He walked away, smug, believing he'd chain me to my desk for the holidays. But here's the twist. I'd already written a paper in law school on almost the exact same topic. All I had to do was dust off the old floppy disk, polish it up, and boom, a massive, authoritative memo. While he thought I was slaving away, I was spending Christmas with my family, enjoying home-cooked meals, and casually logging over 100 billable hours for research. January rolled around. Golden Boy strutted into the office in his sharpest suit, gold watch gleaming, radiating fake confidence. He marched over to me. "Where's that memo? I've got a meeting at noon." "Just finished it this morning," I said, handing him the thick, freshly printed document. He held it, felt the weight of the pages, smiled, and walked away, thinking he was about to impress the partner. Minutes later, chaos erupted. A door slammed. A thunderous voice roared down the hall. What the fuck is this? It was a partner. He was livid, holding my forged memo like it was contaminated. Get in here now, he bellowed at Golden Boy. I watched with quiet satisfaction as my boss scrambled like a schoolboy caught cheating. The door slammed shut. Muffled shouting followed. Excuses. Then more shouting. Then, called in the 90s. Get your ass in here too. I stepped inside. The partner shoved the memo in my face. Did you write this garbage? I calmly scanned the pages. Yes. Well, the cover page was changed to remove my name, but otherwise, it's mine. I spent all Christmas on it. Is there a problem? The partner's face turned crimson. A problem? It's useless. Completely useless. I feigned innocence, but I followed the instructions exactly as I was told. And just like that, the partner's rage shifted, straight onto Golden Boy. The partner demanded the original memo Golden Boy had given me. When he compared them, his fury exploded. My boss had wasted over 100 hours of a junior's time on what now looked like a prank memo, and he hadn't even realized it. Golden Boy was humiliated. Word spread through the grapevine. The partners openly questioned if he was an idiot. His image as a golden child cracked. As for me, I walked away clean. No blame, no punishment. In fact, I was rewarded. The partner ordered me to send him a copy of any memo I ever wrote for Golden Boy, so he could personally confirm the authorship. My stolen work days were over. Oh, and I got a belated Christmas bonus. Sweet justice wrapped in a bow. That day, I sat back in my dingy little cubicle with a grin I couldn't hide. Golden Boy thought he was untouchable. He thought he could bully me, steal my work, erase my hours, and walk all over me in his bespoke shoes. But when the trap closed and I saw him scrambling red-faced, being torn apart by the very partner he was desperate to impress, it was the sweetest justice I'd ever tasted. I hated that firm. But whenever life got rough after that, I'd think back to the case of the forged memo, and I'd smile, because sometimes karma doesn't wait years to catch up. Sometimes you can give it a little push. If that revenge gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or pulled off? And of course, subscribe for more stories of karma,